4 straight losses for Maryland. Rutgers has lost 4 of 5, but both teams just 2 wins away from bowl eligibility as Iverson Howard lets that fly over his head for a touchback. Has had over 200 yards passing in all 8 games to begin his career. They go end around Jalil Farouk, bouncing right side, and he's ripped to the ground after a nice 7-yard pickup on the opening play of the drive. This is an offensive line for Maryland that has started all 8 games together, a lot of experience up front.
Yeah, and that's important. And of course, we talk about Pep Hamilton, the offensive coordinator. He's used to those big offensive lines and those heavy sets with the tight ends. Watch for DeJuan Williams, who had 4 receptions a week ago.
Kept by Washington, and he is gone. What a start to this game on the road for Maryland. A quarterback rushing touchdown of 73 yards from Malik Washington. They get 73 on one play with the quarterback, Malik Washington. I mean, that's as perfect as you can draw a read option. Just had one person is all he had to beat. Ben Black calls for the fair catch, a touchback to start the drive for Rutgers. All 3 of those wide receivers on the Blitnikoff watch list. This is Raymond, the running back, who made a man miss and lowers the shoulder for a powerful run of 9 to open the day.
Over there at that right tackle spot, or excuse me, yeah, at that right tackle spot, and they're going to have Needham over at that left spot, who had been over at right tackle a week ago.
One more time for Raymond. He's got the first down. This is both of these teams have really struggled to run the football, but a nice start on both sides of picking up chunk plays early as we get a look at that Maryland defense right now. And that was the biggest thing for them this week, Robert, was slowing down the run.
Yeah, and they've got some playmakers really at every level of that defense. Ian Thomas has really emerged on that defensive line, along with Zahir Mathis and Sidney Stewart, the true freshman. And then on the back end, Jalen Husky, Glasker, and Humes have been playmakers all year long.
Gave up 367 yards rushing to Indiana last week. Rutgers keeps it on the ground. Raymond off of a tackler, and he's down across the 45 to pick up 7. It's a really good start on 3 straight runs for number 3.
Yeah, and Antwan Raymond looks like the embodiment of the phrase, keep chopping, right? Like that and it's no joke. Greg Schiano talks about that all the time. And you see the way that he's starting to run the football here. It's those little things, making people miss in the backfield, keeping those legs churning, picking up extra yards, and a comfortable second down situation. You can see Kelly McManus getting up to the line of scrimmage, changing the play. Got man-to-man up here.
2nd and 3. Raymond once again, 4th consecutive carry to open the drive. It's 3rd and short coming up for the Scarlet Knights. Defense wasn't set. Rutgers takes advantage with that as Raymond plunges across midfield. He moves the chains. 3.5-year starter Callie McManus has all the freedom to change the play at the line. 6th play of the drive is the 6th run for Raymond, and he's stacked up after just 2.
Doesn't look like much, but 2nd and 8's still a lot better than 2nd and 10.
Nearing 800 yards on the ground for his sophomore. He leads Big Ten underclassmen in rushing yards. Fake it to him. Callie McManus snaps it over the middle. KJ Duff, who's been sensational the last 2 weeks, has the first down after 20 yards. Had a 241-yard game against Purdue 2 weeks ago. First down, Callie McManus holds on to it, and it was a wise decision, not necessarily because he picked up a ton of yards, but if he gave that to Raymond, he would have been crushed in the backfield. 2nd down. This time he does give to Raymond. Shifty move in the backfield allows him to keep going inside the 10. What a run, Antwan Raymond with another first down. Well, Sidney Stewart is down on the ground for this Maryland defense, and Robert has already brought up his name a couple times on this opening drive. A true freshman who leads the team in tackles for loss and sacks. He's been a playmaker in the backfield, and that is not what you like to see if you're the Terps. A methodical drive for Rutgers. This is the 10th play, the 30th such drive this season they've had of at least 10 plays, which is the most in college football. Callie McManus with great protection into the flat. It's caught. DT Sheffield wrestled to the ground at the 5 by Jamari Glasker. They do send Strong in motion. Kaliak-Manis looking right the whole way. Juggled. Oh, it was intercepted. Ian Strong bobbled it right at the goal line. And Levan Scruggs comes away with the football for the Terps. Wow. Maryland does take over at their own 1, and the freshman quarterback Malik Washington creates a little bit of breathing room, picking up 2 yards. They've got nearly as many rushing yards already in this game than they average per game this season. Washington rolls left, throws against his body, pass is caught. That's a first down. DeJuan Williams, who's a great pass-catching running back there for Maryland. And so 3rd and inches instead of first down. Handoff, Williams, powerful run. And there he's got the first down.
And one of the things that Mike Locksley has said that he wanted to do is have more formations like this, more spread out when they're trying to run the football. We'll see what they do here on first.
Delayed handoff, Williams with a lot of space. And he drags the defense with him down to the 21. He picks up 9. Same play design, same result. Big run for Williams. Got the first down and then some out to the 34 for 13 yards.
Some receivers on the outside that they have to account for. So those guys are in conflict and sometimes are late falling back in to help.
Malik Washington zips it over the middle. His day starts perfect. He's now 3 for 3, connecting with Dorian Fleming, his tight end. That delayed handoff to Williams. This time he stopped after just 1 yard. It's funny, Robert, because when we asked Greg Schiano, or rather when we asked Mike Locksley about his quarterback coming off a performance where he turned it over a couple times last week, said, "Are you worried about that?" He almost laughed at the question because he said, "Not at all. This kid's confidence is so high."
Well, he's just built a little bit different, too. We'll talk a little bit more about kind of what makes him an interesting character.
2nd and long, drops it off, Fleming again. He's got the first down, dragging the defense with him inside the 30, and there are 2 late penalty markers to check on. This goes for 21 for the time being.
Personal foul, face mask, offense number 9, 15-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. 2nd down.
Nolan Ray in the backfield for the first time today. He's motioned out of it. Washington quickly delivers it to him on a swing pass, escapes 1, and he dips across the 50. It's 3rd and long for the Terps. Empty backfield on 3rd down. Washington tries to take the check down, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Nago was a beneficiary there. This time he tips it, but nobody there to intercept it.
Maryland has to punt it away, and it is a short one. Rolls out of bounds just inside the 20, and a nice stop by their defense on that last drive, so the offense takes over just inside their own 20. Kaliak-Manis flares it out. That's Kenny Fletcher, the tight end, tries to pick up a couple extra yards, and he's wrestled out of bounds by Daniel Wingate and Levan Scruggs. Both teams have been well ahead of the chains, especially on first down. Raymond straight up the gut. He's a yard shy, so to your point, a 3rd and 1 coming up for Rutgers.
And that's what this program wants to be. You want to be a line of scrimmage football team. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to have the horses to do it.
They give it to Raymond. He bounces outside, and an open field tackle by Jamari Glasker brings up 4th down. That's a great stop by the cornerback.
Yeah.
Glasker 3 straight weeks with an interception, making some flashy plays, and that one right there is a tackle that forces 4th down and gets the offense, or rather the defense, off the field quickly in a 3 and out. Jalil Farouk calling for a fair catch.
Some of those defensive numbers have been bad because they don't have the depth on that side of the ball.
This is one of those underclassmen. True freshman Iverson Howard's first carry of the game goes for 1.
Howard's another one of those guys from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Of course, Pep Hamilton, very familiar with the area, the offensive coordinator, had been a coach at Howard, and that's where he met Mike Locksley right after he left.
Washington to throw, delivers over the middle. Jalil Farouk, incomplete.
And here you can see Fleming, tight end, 29 catches on the season coming in.
Washington facing heat, evades the pressure, throws down the sideline. He just has to get rid of it. It's 4th down, and the Rutgers defense forces a 3-and-out for the first time today. Bryce McPherson's last punt was just 30 yards. Second of the day is another short one. And it rolls out of bounds just outside of midfield. By far best starting field position of the day at their own 47. Kaliak-Manis with great protection takes a shot down the sideline into one-on-one coverage, and it draws a flag. Looking for KJ Duff. Brandon Lee had the coverage, and he's the guilty party.
Yeah, Braden Lee, number 2, just a redshirt freshman.
Defense number 2. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Rutgers into Maryland territory after just one play into this drive. Jayshon Benjamin stretching right side, dips the head down across the 35. Nice run on first down to pick up about 4.
Yeah, and it's nice for them to have White.
Toss, Jayshon Benjamin is spun to the ground after a short pickup. Had an 11-play drive to start this game, but didn't have any points come out of it. Over the middle in the slant, Ian Strong is ripped to the ground. He's got a first down, though. That was his first catch of the day after he had one go through his hands that led to the interception on the goal line on the first drive. Kaliak-Manis pressured, flush left, delivers on the throw, popped up in the air, and caught. No, incomplete, they say. He pulled it in, but he was on the sideline. That was Ian Strong. Greg Schiano's team does get Zaire Mathis back today. He missed 2 games ago against UCLA, only played 1 snap against Indiana last week. He's on the field now. Over the middle, Ian Strong. Second catch of the drive for Ian Strong, and he's got the Scarlet Knights with a 1st and goal from the 7, trying to even this game at 7. Raymond has the football, spins away from a tackle, reverses field to the right, hops over a man, and then he got tripped up. DT Sheffield in motion. Kaliak-Manis looks to him. He's got open space. Touchdown, Rutgers. Jay Patel's point after ties this game up at 7 after DT Sheffield's 4th receiving touchdown of the season. Iverson Howard from the 8 on the return. And he cannot get to the 20. Great kickoff coverage from Rutgers. We got a 7-7 tie early in the second quarter. For a Maryland team that's lost 4 in a row and a Rutgers team that's lost 4 of 5. Desperation mode in the final month of the season. Nolan Ray stretching outside, shakes away from 1. And he's across the 20 out to about the 22. He gets 3 before Eric O'Neill chases him down.
Right, I'm going to tell you something, partner. Look, something was a little bit surprising to me on that one. I could see Malik Washington giving direction to Nolan Ray. And what's surprising about that to me is I'm sure that play came in from the sideline. He didn't even know what side of the ball he was supposed to be on, which side of the quarterback. When he's getting the handoff, a little bit concerning.
True freshman quarterback, though. They rave about him and his leadership abilities. Delayed handoff to Williams. Open seam in front of him, and he bursts through it down to the 28. 3rd and 1. Williams stacked up at the 29. That should be enough to move the chains, though, for this Maryland offense. They keep him in there in the backfield. Play action. Washington hit as he throws, lofting it down the seam, and there's nobody there. Incomplete.
Boy, a little bit confused on kind of where he was going on that one. He had a couple receivers. I think he had Knotts and Farouk in the same area. It looked like Malik Washington was just kind of tossing that thing up into the air. Guess they figured they had been going with those delayed handoffs, that the Rutgers defense might be more concerned about the run on 1st down, and they went with the shot up over the top.
Since a 5-for-5 start, Washington 0 for his last 4, and he gives the football to Williams here. third and about 8 coming up. It's been third and short all day. This might be the longest Maryland has had to go on third down. Washington stepping up, uses the legs for a first down, and he's got a ton of space down the sideline. And finally ushered out of bounds inside the 15 by Cam Miller. He's gone over 100 yards today, 130 on the ground for the quarterback as Iverson Howard is taken down immediately, and there's a flag on the play.
Illegal formation, more than 4 in the backfield offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Play is blown dead right ahead of the snap.
A little unusual with the conference going on right there.
Not sure what this is about.
I'm sure we'll get an explanation at some point. Can't wait to hear it.
Rutgers has declined the previous penalty. It will be second down.
Maryland trying to respond right after a Rutgers touchdown drive just a little bit ago. Washington on the option, keeps the football, and he's taken down at the 10 by Eric O'Neal, who's made a couple nice plays in the open field today, the defensive end.
All kinds of space over here.
Washington looking left the whole way. It's a completed pass. Football's loose.
Didn't get to it in time.
4th and 1 with the offense staying on the field. Williams motioned out. Washington, it was going to be a quarterback keeper, but a flag blows the play dead, and a false start makes this 4th and 6, and
false
that
start.
Might change whether the offense stays on the field
9.
or not.
5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Yeah, 4 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown for the quarterback. But it's Sean O'Hare on to attempt a 27-yard field goal, and he drills it straight through the middle to reclaim the lead for Maryland. Terps up 10-7. Ben Black with a fair catch. Rutgers starts this drive at the 25 after giving up a field goal, down 3 points. Give to Antwan Raymond. He's had such a nice day on the ground, and it continues, bursting out of a tackle to the 40. He picks up 15 on the opening play of the drive. That's already his 11th carry of the game, and they said they would make an emphasis to really establish the run game early in this one. One more give. Patient run in the backfield, bouncing right side. Raymond again. Physical run down across the 45. Give him 15 more.
Making those big plays, putting some of that practice into practical use.
Greg Schiano was telling us that you can see him literally get better day by day at this point. Kaliak Manis tucks it, fires on the run down the sideline to Ian Strong. It's a Rutgers touchdown. "45 yards to give the Scarlet Knights their first lead of the day.
Sometimes those signals don't get properly communicated.
The last 2 pass attempts today for Kaliak Manis have both gone for touchdowns. It says Iverson Harris on the return, hopping through the defense, and the drive starts at the 20 for Maryland.
This is good old-fashioned option-style football.
Give to Nolan Ray. He's got space on the edge, cutting back upfield. He's got 7 on the first play before Kaj Sanders makes the stop.
We talked about it earlier, all the players from that 2 deep. You have 14 players in the 2 deep, or that would be in the 2 deep for Rutgers, that aren't available today. And look, you listen to Mike Loxley, you listen to Greg Schiano, and they'll tell you, you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you've got injuries. Nobody cares that they're stacked up. But when they do stack up, especially when they stack up at the same position, it can be difficult. And Bo Masco taking some sips of water, so hopefully just cramping up a little bit. Certainly a little warmer here in New Jersey than would have been expected for November 8th.
Great to see him walking under his own power there. No help getting off the field. Most rushing yards by a Maryland Terrapin in the first half since 2018. That includes running backs. That means everybody. Most rushing yards in a first half in the last 7 years. Nolan Ray has space, curling around the corner. One man to beat, down the sideline, and Ray is tracked down just inside the 25 by Jet Elad.
Ray taking advantage of it with a big gain.
A 53-yard run for Ray. Washington floating it down the sideline near the pylon. It's a touchdown. Caleb Webb, what a grab.
Yeah.
We've got our rules analyst, Steve Stremling, with us. Steve, what are you seeing here?
You know, he clearly gets the foot down, and the question is, does he get the ball over the pylon? And I don't think there's anything to change it. The other thing we have to look at is would they extend the goal line, but it looks like the body part hits first before he hits the pylon, so he doesn't get the extension, and they've cleared the play.
Yeah, Steve, thank you. Indeed, the touchdown is the call. It stands. The extra point is through. And after Rutgers took their first lead just moments ago, what a quick response from Mike Loxley's team. 3 plays, 80 yards, exactly 1 minute off the clock to retake the lead. Ben Black calls the fair catch. Touchback to start. 3:08 to go before halftime. Rutgers has pieced together back-to-back touchdown drives, trying to make it 3 straight with Ethan Kaliak-Manis right before halftime. Both teams struggled to run it all season. Both are actually running it pretty well. Rutgers also averaging 5.3 yards per carry today. Kaliak-Manis has time, zips it to the sideline. That's too tall for KJ Duff, his leading receiver. Handoff, Antwan Raymond. He's been so good on the ground today, and he just got tripped up. If not, that would have gone for a lot more. Dante Joyner with the stop for 9 yards.
Boy, sometimes all it takes is a hat on a hat in the box. With the number count sometimes in the run, Maryland just didn't have enough committed.
3rd and 1, right back to Raymond. He got more than the 1 he needed. Spun down at the 42 for 8 yards. This is number 19. Raymond sifting through the defense on a patient run. He bursts free. Dragged down across midfield at the 46. He's got 12 more. It certainly seems like a collision course between those two after Indiana survived against Penn State earlier today. Kaliak-Manis launches down the sideline to DT Sheffield, and he reeled it in. It's a red zone trip here for Rutgers. Give to Raymond. Physical run as he just continues to bulldoze defenders. He's down to the 7. Raymond, football again. He went over 100 yards for the 3rd time this season on that last carry, as he's got just enough here to move the chains and set up 1st and goal for the Scarlet Knights. Two teams who talked about struggling to run the football. Raymond again stacked up outside of the 2. Maryland takes its last time out. That's Zaire Mathis, who's limping a little bit, has been so good in his true freshman season, who missed the UCLA game 2 games ago, played just 1 snap against Indiana last week, and they've got him on a pitch count, quote unquote, this week, and that's not great to see if you're a Terrapins fan.
Man-to-man across the board. They have faith in these corners.
Raymond swarmed in the backfield, and he loses a couple. It's a great job by the Maryland defense. Greg Schiano takes a timeout with 1 on the play clock ahead of a 3rd and goal.
First of the half. It'll be 30 seconds in length.
And you can see they're zoned off now. Defender didn't go with him.
Kaliak-Manis stepping up, throws on the run. It's caught. Ian Strong's 2nd touchdown today. 2 receiving touchdowns on the season for Ian Strong coming into the day. He's got 2 in the first half of this game. And a 4-point Scarlet Knights lead, 34 seconds to go before halftime in this 2nd quarter. going to throw with Washington. Zips it out to the sideline. That's pulled in. Dorian Fleming picks up 5.
He got a 49-yarder on the season, but you got to really start getting that thing downfield, and you don't have any opportunity to go with the middle of the field because you don't have any timeouts, even though the clock stops.
Washington stepping up. It's been great with the legs today. He's at the 35, and he has twisted down at the 36 for a first down, so the clock will stop for a moment with 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, and the one thing that we don't talk about as much with Malik Washington, he's got the legs. He's a big man, 6'5", 230 pounds. He can take some punishment.
Flares it out to the sideline. Scarlet Knights' first catch of the day. 14 seconds to go. Malik Washington sets, floats it over the middle, and there's the risk. It's intercepted by Jet Elad. He's across midfield and down to the 41 with 3 seconds to go before halftime. Kaliakmanis with protection, stepping up, heaves it towards the end zone, back of the end zone. Somebody came down with it. It's intercepted.
It's Rowland. Lakai Rowland picks it off.
What an entertaining first half, though. 576 yards of total offense and a 21-17 lead. .147, 3 touchdowns in that first half for Kaliakmanis. You saw the 2 interceptions. One of them went right through his receiver's hand. The other was a Hail Mary at the end of the first half. And Antwan Raymond with another carry, his 20th of the game, picks up 5 on the first play of the third quarter. 3.5-year starter Kaliakmanis, the freedom to change the play at the line. Second straight carry for Raymond. Third consecutive carry to start this half for Raymond, and he cuts upfield for a first down. He's got 7 to move the chains. Kaliakmanis to throw for the first time in this third quarter. He won't get the football away. Sacked by Nasir Taylor. Second and long. They get it back on the ground with Raymond. Nasir Taylor with a second consecutive play, the sack, and now the stop after a short pickup for Raymond.
Give credit to the offensive line.
Kaliakmanis floats it down the sideline. He's got KJ Duff. Throws it up to his big 6'6" wide receiver, and it's a first down on 3rd and long. 49 yards on 3rd down. Rutgers has been so good on 3rd down today. This is Raymond trying to stretch to the edge. He cannot get away, and he is swarmed by Daniel Wingate, the leading tackler for Maryland.
Just got to be mean. Just got to be different. Just got to not care about your own safety going up and making hits.
Kaliakmanis loops it to the end zone. It's Ian Strong's 3rd receiving touchdown today.
Well, it doesn't get any better than this. On the release, using hands physically to get by Glasgow. Once again, safety doesn't get over in time, but watch the hands once again. The details of playing the position, both KJ Duff and Ian Strong there, again, you can see, because he does not pull his hands back in, he doesn't give Glasgow an opportunity to knock that ball away. Textbook throw and finish. Forget about all the numbers leading up to today. Let's just see what they do today. That's what the coaches would tell you.
But his team down 2 scores the first time they get the football here in the 3rd quarter, trying to bounce back after another Rutgers touchdown drive. Fakes the pass, and it's a delayed handoff. They give it again to Williams. He cuts outside and dragged down again by Eric O'Neal. He's been phenomenal today. 8 tackles today for Eric O'Neal, a couple behind the line of scrimmage. Washington, patient, has time, drops it off over the middle. It's caught by Scarlet Knights, picks up a couple extra yards after the catch, and he's down to the 34. Punt unit was out there, called a timeout. Now they bring the offense on the field.
Oh, they're going to try and get him.
Williams straight up the gut, spinning across the 35.
He's got it.
Yep, he does. First down. Keep it in the hands of Williams. The running back shakes loose, breaks free of a tackle, and he's tracked down inside the 45 by Kaj Sanders after 20 yards. The worst rushing offense in the Big Ten has ran it for 258 today. Williams tried to squeeze between the defense. He got back to the line. That's it. Said he's spent a lot of time in defensive meetings, thinks his experience can help them stop the run better than they have been the last few weeks. Swings it out, passes behind Williams, but he reels it in. And he's stacked up at the 41 by Abram Wright and Kaj Sanders. 3rd and 7. The option. Washington pitches to Williams, and Eric O'Neal tracks him down short of the line to gain. We've already seen Maryland convert on 1 4th down on this drive. 4th and 3. Floats it up top to Williams, and just out of his hands. Turnover on downs. Rutgers takes over after forcing the turnover on downs, and Antwan Raymond, who's been so good today, with another really productive run to start this drive. 132 on the ground today for Raymond. It's kept. Kaliak Manis dives down to the 45. The quarterback with the first down for Rutgers. Give it back to Raymond. That's more of his specialty, running the football. He's dropped at the 41. Yeah, 2 more today, so 31 total. Drives of at least 10 plays this season for Rutgers. They're top 10 in the country in time of possession. Raymond, nice patient run, tries to bounce outside, gets away from a couple, but then he's stopped a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Nice stop and penetration there for the Maryland defense. Needs 7 yards here. Handed off, Jayshon Benjamin is across the 40, and that's one of those play calls you get within 3 or 4 yards. You get to keep the offense on the field on 4th.
Yeah, I mean, that's one you figure they're running it on 3rd and 7 because they want to shave off a few yards to go for it on 4th down. And we talked about this receiving unit. So dangerous because you've got 2 really big receivers in Ian Strong and KJ Duff, and you've got a speedy wide receiver in DT Sheffield in that slot. Of course, the run game's been solid all day. Got Ian Strong matched up man-to-man on the top.
Kaliak Manis launches into double coverage. Oh, it's incomplete. KJ Duff almost came away with the football. Washington fakes the handoff, drops it off. It's caught. And a pickup of about 5 on the opening play, or 4 on first down. It's Dorian Fleming, the tight end.
Good job by the defense holding them to 4.
Nolan Ray shakes away from a tackle. He's got a first down before he's twisted to the ground at the 44 for 13 yards. Ray again, stretching right side, and he's sandwiched down after a short pickup of a couple yards. It's Bradley Weaver who's there to make the stop for the Scarlet Knights.
No, we haven't seen it in a while.
What's that?
Malik Washington running the football.
Oh.
I know I think we might have had a speed option on the last drive, but just thinking of some things that we haven't necessarily seen that worked earlier in this game.
A Maryland team that has had 3 fourth-quarter leads blown this season. They're trying to do the opposite. Down 11, trying to come from behind. And Washington facing some pressure, escapes, goes, picks up the first down, and he runs out of bounds just shy of the 20.
Running quarterbacks are just a pain in the neck, so to speak.
Holds on to it again, bouncing to the edge, and he got stacked up right away. Nothing going. Kaj Sanders with the stop. Washington zips it, incomplete.
showing pressure.
Swings it out, incomplete. It was Octavian Smith that he was looking for, who does not have a catch today. O'Hare has hit from 27 today. This one from 39 to pull the Terps within one score. Good snap and hold. Kick on the way is good, but there is a flag.
Delay a game, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
All right, 44-yard attempts coming now. The 39-yard attempt would have been good. He needs it from 44, though, to pull within 8. The kick from O'Hare.
Got it.
Got beat 55-10 last week against Indiana. There was fire Loxley chants coming from the student section, and when asked about it, Mike Loxley said, listen, we sucked last Saturday. I probably would have chanted it too if I had a few beers in my system. We played the way I did, but that's not going to move me. I've done harder. I've been through worse. And a very upbeat Mike Loxley when we talked with him this week.
Yeah, and how can you tell your players to be upbeat if you can't make it through some people making some dumb chants in the stands?
It's going to have to start with stopping the run. Antwan Raymond has ran for 135 tonight. He's got the ball again, and on the first play, he picks up 3. Kaliakmanis gives it off, and this is Raymond. Look at him go! Cutting upfield, finally dragged down from behind at the 37 on another explosive run of 34 yards. Career high 173 yards now for Antwan Raymond. And why not give him the ball again? He's dragged down behind the line of scrimmage, though. It's a loss of 2.
2nd and 14.
31 carries for Raymond, who ran it 29 times 2 weeks ago against Purdue.
Got Strong lined up on the right side of the formation by himself again.
Kaliakmanis looks left instead. One-on-one coverage. He wanted DT Sheffield, but it's batted incomplete by Dante Joyner.
But a nice job fighting through the hands to keep the ball from finding its home.
Third and 13. Keep it on the ground with Raymond, who hops out of an ankle tackle. Just a yard, though. Great swarm by the Maryland defense, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, Ian Thomas along that defensive line. Been such a great player for them all year long. Able to get some penetration, force the cutback, get those feet stopped deep in the backfield. Now they're going to have to punt, or at least line up for a punt. Never assume anything.
Yeah, that's right. Second punt today for Anderson. Jalil Farouk standing back at his own 7.
Are we sure that's Anderson, or might be a backup quarterback?
With the same number. Delay a game, which is not a bad thing.
No, that's going to be intentional right there.
Yeah.
It's
kicking team,
one thing if you're punting.
Penalty, 4th down.
Something altogether different if you're tacking on an extra 5 yards to a field goal attempt.
It's the first penalty today against Rutgers, and it was one that they intentionally wanted to have.
Try and pin him here, get some bad field position.
Anderson does boot it away. Farouk lets it fly behind him, and it cannot be touched up. The drive starts at the 20. Washington stepping through traffic. Career high rushing yards today, and he's spun down after a 2-yard pickup. He has runs of 73 and 54 yards today. This time he tries to flip it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Targeting his tight end, Dorian Fleming, but Jacoby Henderson was there with the coverage. 3rd and 8. Washington to the sideline. That was right through a defender's hands. Abdul Rahman was there, dropping back into coverage. 4th and 8, and the punt unit comes on for Maryland. Says Bryce McPherson punting. He has 2 punts of 30 and 20 today. That's by far the longest, but he almost didn't get it off.
I have no, how did he miss that ball?
But instead, the Rutgers offense takes over. Antwan Raymond bursting through the seam and charging down to midfield. He picks up 16 on the first play.
Just a clinic running the football today.
He's ran it for 187. Raymond has on 32 carries. This is number 33, and he's upended after 2 yards by Ian Thomas.
There's big Ian Thomas. I got him rotated out of the game right now. He's done so much for that defense this year. Those big targets on the outside. Rutgers, excellent passing team as we've seen.
Kaliak-Manis will look to throw, slings it out, it should have been picked. Jamari Glasker, who has an interception in 3 straight weeks, could have and should have had number 4. Third and long, Kaliak-Manis with protection, looking left, snaps it over there. It's caught, and Fletcher dives across the line to gain. Great awareness knowing where he was at to move the chains. Trying to keep those guys up front as fresh as possible for the 4th quarter. This is where they need him most. Trying to stop that run game on the 34th carry today for Antwan Raymond. Well, Raymond himself ran it 29 times 2 weeks ago against Purdue, just 10 last week against Illinois, but 34 and now 35. Hopping away from tacklers, lowers the shoulder, and they told us yards after contact is his specialty, and you're seeing that all game today. Sheffield in motion ahead of a 3rd down. Kaliak-Manis stepping in there, connects with Sheffield. First down.
Time really becoming a factor now, because in position where Rutgers can get a field goal and make this a 2-score lead.
There goes Raymond cutting upfield. Raymond with a crease, and Raymond taken down at the 5. 21 more for Raymond as he goes over 200 today.
This is it.
First career 200-yard game for Raymond, who now has 213. One more time for Raymond, and he's in for a touchdown. A special day for Antwan Raymond.
You have guys reaching, you have guys tired. It's because that Rutgers defense offense has been so effective running that football.
The most carries in a game for a Rutgers running back since 2012. It has been something special tonight for Antwan Raymond. And now Maryland has its back against the wall. Down 2 possessions still, 15 points, 4-10, but man, they gotta go, and they gotta go now. Washington throws it behind Farouk, but he was able to make the catch, twisting his body for a pickup of just 1 yard.
This is a defense that's going to allow those underneath throws.
Washington takes another on the check down. Octavian Smith's first catch is a yard shy of a first down.
They've got to get some completions over the ball. They need somebody to rise up, make a play, and make somebody miss.
They go to Williams. He made one miss and bounced off the tackle down to the 39 for a first down. Washington, incomplete.
Even if you score.
Pep Hamilton, the OC, was saying that they've really emphasized to Washington to take more shots. This one, he just flips it in the backfield, and Williams is upended for a loss of 1 by Jacoby Henderson.
That's just teaching the technique. Try and hit that ankle.
Washington rolling right. Washington down the sideline, it's batted down. Abdur-Rahman bats it away and brings up 3rd and long. And a false start. Wow.
False start. offense number 4. 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
They know how big it is here on a 4th and 16. Washington hit as he throws, incomplete. Cam Miller got a hand on it. Bradley Weaver had the pressure, and Rutgers is 2:26 away from a win in the Big Ten. Maryland only 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute timeout. Raymond, what a run. Physicality, what a cut! And he's down to the 20. Raymond again, bouncing up the middle. Stacked up, got a little push from his offensive line for an extra yard down to the 14. Raymond's 40th carry goes for no gain, and it's 3rd down, bringing us to the 2-minute timeout. 3rd and 4. Raymond for a 41st time. He's down to the 10 and even potentially across the 10. He's got the 1st down.
Well, it's taking a long time.
After reviewing the play, the runner was short of the line to gain. Down at the 10.5-yard line. The ball will be placed at the 10.5, where it will be 4th down. The game clock should be reset to 1:56. And because of the reversal through replay, it will be run down to 10-second runoff to 1:46. Please set the game clock to 1:46. Thank you.
Kaliak Manis with the push across the 10, got the 1st down, and they will be able to take 1 knee and end this game.
But Raymond did a tremendous job running the ball, and then gives you the opportunity to line up in the greatest formation in football, at least when it's at the end of the game, not the end of the half.
1 knee taken by Kaliak Manis, and that'll do it. Rutgers is 1 win away from bowl eligibility after a 240-yard performance on the ground by Antwan Raymond. Big thank you to our entire crew, led by producer Brad Weimer, our director Brian Peterman, and the rest of our phenomenal Fox Sports crew. For Robert Smith, I'm Noah Reed saying goodbye from New Jersey. Now out to Air Force and San Jose State with Eric Collins and Spencer Tillman.